Welcome back. You're watching Breakfast with Profit here on a Thursday morning. Our special focus discussion at this point is the mutual fund industry. We've seen a number of regulatory measures come in recent times, which has left the mutual fund industry concerned and quite unhappy. Yesterday, at a forum, you had all the top leaders of the mutual fund industry, including Mr. Kurian of the Association of Mutual Funds, actually hitting out and saying that the regulators are doing some serious damage to the industry.
Why people are not investing or how to make people invest. This is a challenge we are facing. In this context, I would like to submit whether the policy framework, the environment, the competitive forces, are they supportive for our efforts?
All right, so Mr. Kurian questioning whether some of the changes have actually been supportive for the mutual fund industry or not. Let's bring in a voice, somebody who knows what the on-the-ground situation for mutual fund industry is. Amit Gupta is country head retail sales at Tauras Mutual Fund. He's joining us here from Mumbai today. Mr. Gupta, very good morning to you. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time here on NDTV Profit. Let me just start by asking you, sir, the latest round of, in some ways, discontent the mutual fund industry has come after the Reserve Bank of India said that all banks have to disclose all fees and commissions that are being paid to mutual fund industry. What exactly is the concern here? Is the concern here that greater transparency would perhaps not allow mutual funds to push their products like they used to? Why is the mutual fund industry disturbed about this?
Mutual fund industry is not disturbed about the transparency per se. What we are disturbed about is that there are too many frequent changes and too many which are coming in a short time. So while the regulations, what they are coming, are in the right direction, I believe as a country we are not ready at this point of time. So which is what the industry is concerned about.
When you say not ready, what exactly would the mutual fund industry like? Are you saying that you want a longer time where these changes, and I'll stay with the fees and commission change because again, SEBI had also earlier asked distributors to be a lot more transparent. Are you just saying that this has to be done over a longer time frame, or would you rather see it be done in a different manner?
I will say over a longer time frame, precisely. If you speak about India as a country, while we have only 5% kind of a penetration amongst mutual fund and people don't have too much of awareness about financial products, I believe the regulations which are coming in have to be staggered across a time period. First, we have to increase the intermediation in the country. We have to increase the awareness, for which we need intermediaries. We need to have a sufficient revenue for the intermediaries for this industry to blossom, and that is the reason, while we are seeing so much of upheaval in the industry.
Mr. Gupta, also there's this general sense that SEBI's entry load ban and also reduce the reach of mutual funds. What is your concerns on that front? Because of course there is enough noise coming in from the mutual fund industry on that front.
See, abolition of entry load for I believe is a step in the right direction if I speak about the interest of the investor over time. Having said that, as I mentioned, given the low penetration of mutual funds in the country and the low awareness what we have, there are not many investors who are ready to pay financial advisor at this point. So with the abolition of entry load, the revenue stream for the intermediaries has just evaporated. This is dissuading investors to promote mutual fund, and that is the reason why we have low inflows coming to the mutual fund industry.
Hi, Mr. Gupta, in your opinion, do you think that all these measures taken by the SEBI is actually impacting the kind of growth that the mutual fund industry is setting itself up for going ahead?
Yeah, in a short term, yes, it has impacted. Over a long term, I believe things will pan out. The steps, whatever we have taken, let me reiterate, they have been taken a right step. Obviously, we would have wished we staggered over a period of time. What we need is to, percolate the mutual fund, the concept of mutual fund in India, the concept of investment in India, where mutual fund play a very integral role, and we have to ensure business sense for an intermediary to promote mutual fund, which as of now doesn't stand well if you compare with other financial products like insurance or FDs.
So that was, of course, we were talking so far about the measures already been announced. Now, there are other measures that could perhaps be announced. There's been talk about reducing the fund management fee as mutual fund garners more and more assets. Help us understand the potential impact that could have and how the industry is viewing that if it comes in, of course.
I believe impact, whatever has happened has already happened. What industry as well as the intermediary have to do, and what we are doing as of now, is to scaling ourselves in terms of getting ready for the new regulation. I can compare the status of the industry compared with what happened in stock market maybe 10 years back when the dematerialization and everything came. I believe these are the period of flux. Maybe after a month or two, things will pan out. SEBI's new regulation of getting on the stock exchanges definitely will increase volume for us, and I believe going into the next calendar year we will see flows increasing and more players getting ready for the new regulation.
So in that sense, a very quick answer, is this just an interim of uncertainty for the mutual fund sector, and it's just a question of realigning yourselves to the new realities?
Precisely, it is just a phase when there are too many regulatory changes. Every player has to take a note, get themselves ready. So it is just an intermediate. I believe mutual fund industry is an integral part of anybody investment. So we have a long way to go. So is the financial intermediation, and both the industry will go hand in hand, supporting each other and going for a newer highs in the days to come.
All right, sir. Really good to have you on the show and get your thoughts, especially from a mutual fund player, in terms of what their view changes is. That's all the time we have on the show. Thanks so much for being with us.
Of course, keep it with the channel. There's lots lined up. Countdown and opening moves with One Way and Prashant is coming up next.